Hello, and hopefully, hello. Yes, right, so it's Sunday, and I did something very exciting yesterday. I bought a Ludwig vintage kit. Sorry, apologies if I look at three different places. I've had this whole thing about like using live streaming stuff, right? And I've been so frustrated. I've tried to live stream to like three different places at once, and it just doesn't work. So what I've done instead is I have a phone, I have my iPad, and I have my laptop. So you are Instagram, you are Facebook Live, and you are YouTube Live. So yeah, here's what happened. I got hold of the lovely. Oh, so here's what actually happened. In fact, I'm not even sure how this happened. But I came across this website called Rusty Drums, who I've known about for a while. I saw them in the UK drum show in September, which I'd forgotten until Mark reminded me. And the way he reminded me, he said, "Do you remember we had cake?" And I was like, "I remember you." And I remember going to his stand and seeing all these amazing old snare drums, and I was just like, I need to leave because otherwise I'm going to spend a lot of money. So I left, and I didn't even think about it since. Well, I haven't thought about it since then. But obviously, it's been somewhere in the back of my mind. And yesterday, I went to his shop, and I basically ended up buying what you can't really see yet, but it's a Ludwig Superclassic from Superclassic. Starclassic. That's a Tama brand. Superclassic from 1968. It's something that I've wanted. Well, I wanted a 60s Ludwig kit since probably about 2008 when I was working with the Hours, because they had some old Ludwig kits that we used to use, and they just sounded incredible, and that kind of opened my eyes to the world of vintage drums. Um, Aside from the fact that they just sound great, they are used on every like single session basically. If you go into a studio and they've got a set of Ludwig drums, you know what you're going to get. You know it's going to sound great, and it's all awesome. I've just realised. So on Facebook. Oh no, I want to check that there's no chat coming in, which I don't know how to do. I feel like this happened last time. Ah, there we go. Okay, something's come in. Diesel's here. Hello, Diesel. I've just bought a Ludwig kit. How exciting is that? So yeah. So I knew from 2008 I definitely wanted to get hold of one of these, but for various reasons over the years, the opportunity / financial situation has never quite meshed. However, there's now this man that I know about called Mark. He's from this company it's his business, Rusty Drums. It's so dangerous. I can't even tell you how dangerous it is. It's basically I went to his place. It's a massive. So far, it's basically the size of a garage, maybe a bit bigger, full of beautiful old drums. It's like an Aladdin's cave for drummers. It literally, it's a dangerous place to know about, and now I know about it, and I've been there, and now I feel like, uh-oh. I'm scared. I'm so scared to now know that he exists. But it's fine. I'm sure I'll deal with it. Between drums and microphones, I'm going to end up broke but very happy, so that's fine. So anyway, I thought that I'd just unbox it, as it were, even though it's not in a box and it's not new. I know most people do unboxings when there's new stuff. I don't really know. I'm too old to know what the hell is going on. All I do know is that I thought I'd open it up, show you, so you can get excited with me about these drums, and maybe change some drum heads, maybe. Although I did just realise that one of the toms is a 13. I don't have a single 13-inch head in the whole of my studio or my garage, apart from the ones that are already on kits, and I thought I won't take one off another kit because that's going to lead to issues later down the line where I go to pack my drums in my car, don't check them, rock up to a gig and I don't have a top head. So I thought, right, I know what I'm like, so let's just not do that. But I will tune it as best I can with what's on there. To be fair, the heads that were on there were pretty good yesterday when I was having a look. So yeah, we'll see. I just do a quick check-in between each thing. So sorry if I'm like, excuse me for a second over there and here. Who we got in at the moment? We got Tom Ridley. Hello, sounds awesome. Yeah, wait till you actually hear it. Adam Stanley Drums is here. Hello. Who else? John Joseph, 1976. I want an orange sparkle slingerland. Honestly, go to Rusty Drums is the kind of thing that he would have. He has, it's crazy the drums that he has. It's actually crazy. I will also tell you about a really fun snare drum that I've picked up, which has a whole story behind it. But yeah, Alex Roper drums, so beautiful. Yes, they are. Jim Butler music. Hello. Sorry if I skip over any names. It's just that I'm rubbish at pronouncing them, and I just end up sounding crazy. ZZ Breezy, ZZ, hello. Paddy is here. Oh yeah, there's so many people in at the moment. Sunday in it, so I just thought let's just make this as a random, I'm like random video. Diesel Martin's here. Well done, Let There Be Rock. Don't you know? This kit is going to be sitting in my studio, by the way. It will not be gigging, unfortunately, Diesel, but I'm sure we can do something with it. Impact Recording Studio. Hello, I have a 13-inch head you can have. Lol, bless you. You're so sweet. No, I need to get a surplus of 13-inch heads. This happened the other day. I don't know if anyone saw. I managed to put. Oh, Darren McFadden Audio. Hello. I managed to put my kick drum pedal beta through my bass drum head. I was like, oh, that sucks. I'll just change the head, apart from the fact that I didn't have a kick drum head. It was ridiculous. I was like, I felt like such an amateur at that point. It's like, it's pretty basic, but I am what I am. So same with the 13-inch head, and I'll sort it out, and yeah, I'll get a bunch. But thank you so much for the offer. That's so sweet. Right. YouTube, you're being very quiet, but it's fine. I understand. You're getting this side of me. You're getting most of the drums though, which is nice. Right, okay, let's see. Oh, I do need to change the front head of the kick drum because it's not got a hole in it. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the kick drum. Okay, so Diesel, you will totally resonate with this. I'm a Gemini. We're not very good with lots of options, so choosing which drum to start with, kind of difficult for me, but that's fine. Oh, I'll tell you another thing I love about this kit, and this won't be for everyone. I know a lot of people that are the reverse of this than I am. It is, I will show you something. It's a properly used kit, as in, it's not pristine. It's not got perfect this, that, and the other, perfect finish. It hasn't been repainted. It's literally what it is, and I love that. I love wear and tear on drums. I love being able to see the history of where it's been and all that sort of stuff. So I'll just give you a quick glance. So things like this wear and tear. In fact, I don't know if you can see. I've got a bit of a delay on the old YouTube, so hold on. Bear with me. Yeah, okay, you can see that too. Cool. So it's things like that I just love. And so, in fact, I've just seen this stuff on YouTube. Hello. Oh, Impact Recording Studio is also on YouTube. How are you doing that? How are you actually doing that? That's amazing. Quadrant. Oh, hello. Audio is low on YouTube. That's very strange. How can I fix that for you? Sorry, apologies everyone on my left. Sorry, give me 1 second. Sound. I somehow turned down the input. That should be a bit better. You're going to regret that now because I'm going to start actually hitting stuff, and then you're going to be like, turn it down. 68 Ludwig, yes. Does it come with those crazy flimsy cymbal stands from the 60s? No, it is literally the drums. But yeah, so anyway, I was saying, love the fact that it's like wear and tear. It has been used. It is, it's not perfect. It has imperfections, which I love because it's for music, and music is about the imperfections. That's why we do what we do, surely. That's the human element that is so brilliant about music. This front head is the original front head. How cool is that? However, I'm taking it off. And the reason for that is because it doesn't have a hole in it. I will keep hold of it, but yeah, it doesn't have a hole in it, and for me, for recording, I want to have a hole in it. I know how to deal with a drum that has a hole on the front. So I do have this to swap it out with. I'm really glad I get to use this again. I bought this for my Yamaha 9000 that I use on the road, but I did a random gig, and I don't know whether you can see, it's so mucky. It's like, I don't know, YouTube, I know you probably can't, oh there we go, YouTube you can see it. I know you guys can because the quality seems to be a little bit better, which is a little bit annoying considering the laptop is the most expensive piece of equipment in this situation. That's quite annoying, but there we go. Right, so yeah, I'm really glad that this hasn't gone to waste, because I ended up, it's so sad. Right, let's talk about this whilst I'm doing this. I went and started rehearsals with the Voice Kids back in November, right? And I was setting up my kit just to go and do rehearsals. The kit had been being used for Kimwa for 2 years. Great. So it was already at a good sort of starting point where it was at, but there were a few things I needed to change. In the Kim gig, I don't use a snare drum. I use a lot of electronics. I use the toms. In fact, I don't even use the kick drum. I use an electronic kick if I need to use a kick. And yeah, so I was thinking, right, let me sort this out, you know. And this Voice Kids was a new gig to me. Some of the people on the gig were not new to me. I've known them for a few years. One guy I've known since I was 15. Random story for another time. He's a wonderful bass player. So anyway, I was doing this maybe a week before we started rehearsals, and this head, the mucky head, was the one that was on the front of my kick drum. And for some reason, I suddenly got really, not self-conscious, really aware, really, maybe it is self-conscious and unconfident, because it was mucky and there were bits of like dirt on it from a random gig that I'd done in a field somewhere, God knows when. And I was like, oh my gosh, that means I'm not going to look professional. I need to change this head so that it's all clean and all nice and whatever. Anyway, I didn't have a head, so I had to go buy one. But the point is that this head, poor head, was just left with nothing to do. And I was like, oh man, like, that feels rubbish, because it shouldn't matter. And it doesn't matter. Do you think they cared? Of course they didn't care. They probably didn't even notice. But, yeah, anyway, it happened. And now this head gets to be on this lovely Ludwig. So maybe it was always meant to happen that way. I don't know if it... Oh, wow. Oh, it smells amazing. Oh, that's so cool. So I will show you the inside. I don't know if it's of any interest to anybody, but here we go. It's the inside. It's very pretty. Do you like it? Yes, I like it too. It's very nice. And again, even on the inside, there's like nicks and stuff. And what's that? Drum shop. There's a stamp that says drum shop on it. I'm sure that means something. I think this kit has been shipped over from the States. Yeah, bearing edges are good. I love it. I love the fact that this kit's from '68. It's survived this long, and it's going to continue to survive in that studio there. Very exciting. Oh, I should have noticed where the... Okay. I'm not very good at getting heads on straight. It's one of my... Sorry, excuse my back for a second, just whilst I do this. So yeah. So anyway, I'm not sure if that's of any interest to anyone, that little ditty there, but yeah, that's me. When I get self-conscious, sometimes it just grabs hold of me, things like that. I'm sure other people are the same. There's certain things that you just go, oh my gosh, if I don't do that, it means no one will take me seriously. But to be honest, if anyone's taking me seriously, that's probably a problem. Probably never should take me seriously. Anyway, just realised you can't really see me putting this on properly, at least Facebook can't really. But yeah, who else we got in? So Diesel, you can still rock in the studio as you do. Oh, thanks. Ches Smith. Hello, Ches Smith. How are you? You seem to be gigging tons. I love all the pictures that you're putting up. Very, very, very cool. there was something else that I saw that was happening with you, and it was quite interesting, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe you can tell people. If anyone wants to check out a cool band, Salvation Jane, they are from Ashford in Kent, and me and Chess used to play together in a covers band called the Groovemores, who are a wicked band and group of people. So if anyone needs a wedding band or function band or whatever, Groovemores are the one. Or one of the ones. There are many ones. It's very short, these rods. I don't know if that's... Obviously it's normal, it's the way it is. Right. Quad rod, yes, fixed. Excellent. Thank you very much for letting me know. He's talking about the audio on YouTube was a little bit quiet because for some reason I decided to put the internal mic down to like nothing, because that makes sense. Right, I may as well. Is that a Ludwig pixie hat? Trey Groovy. Oh, thanks, Diesel. No, it's I was freezing this morning hat that turned into, wow, I'm really warm right now. So it may come off, but my hair is a mess. Not that I care, you care, it's all good. Neil Jones, hi Neil Jones, I miss you too. It's not long now. How long until rehearsals? I think it's like just before the beginning of April. Yeah, end of March, I think. So not long now. More touring. Yeah, greatest hits. Can't wait. Anyone that doesn't know, Neil Jones there. He's a guitarist for Kim Wilde, and a thoroughly lovely person who I've also known for a very long time. Also, Neil, I saw your drones, your pick drones, that you have this whole business. I was just like, dude, so I'm going to bend your ear about that, because that is super interesting. Yeah, mini drones, but from what I could gather, mini drones, although I know nothing about drones, so this is layman talking. I'm not even sure layman is a low enough term for what I know about drones, but yes, this drummer idiot here. Excited, yeah, I'm excited too. Instagram has been going a little bit mental. Jobkey, hello, how are you? Harvey, what kit is it? It is a Ludwig Superclassic from 1968 in silver sparkle, and I've wanted one for a long time. Hector, oh, I'm sorry, Hector. I can only read English. Oh, it's such a pain. I'm so sorry. Who else we got? Nick Drum 81. Hello, Mikey on the skins. Hi, Mikey. Lovely. Yeah, I know. I'm excited. Yes, there's many people. Sorry, it's hard to keep up with the Instagram ones. Just go and go and go. Okay, right. So I'm just gonna. What I've done with this is literally just tightened up each lug to finger tight thereabouts, and I'm just gonna give them probably one turn each, maybe, or half a turn. I'll start with half a turn. I do this thing where I have to put my hand on the first one that I did, otherwise I get confused, especially since I'm talking at the same time. So it doesn't take much to break my conversation, my concentration. See, already I'm like, wait, that lug, that rod is a little bit bent, so I may have to replace that. In fact, I definitely will. Right, another half a turn starting from here. Yeah, I put into place all these things so that I try to minimise the amount of concentration I need in my life. I do that daily, even down to like, yeah, that's not good at all. Even down to making decisions. So I have certain routines that I do just so that I don't have to even think about it, and it really helps with me. For me. That's the other thing with these old drums. They're not made in the same way as new drums, in that things aren't always like even and perfect. So it becomes more about the drum and the idiosyncrasies of that drum, which in all honesty really works for me, because I'm not very good at being that even person. I just I prefer to understand the drum. A stick might help. And what works for it, and what works for me, and the kind of sound that I want. So, right, this is going to have to come off because it's getting a bit hot. The other interesting thing about just playing drums generally, but especially recording, is sorry, I'm just slackening this so I can start from not from zero but thereabouts. What was I saying? Something interesting, I'm sure. Oh no, that's what I was going to say. The interesting thing about playing drums, and again, especially vintage drums, is that playing them, when you hit a drum from behind the kit, it sounds one way. If you do anything as even as simple as just like yesterday when I was trying this kit out, I was sitting behind the kit and I was hitting the kick drum and I was like, that sounds really nice. And then I stood up and played it. Sorry, I know I'm cutting off my head here, but and it sounded completely different, equally amazing, but in just such a different way. And I know that as soon as I put a mic on the front of this, it's just going to sound even more different. Emily, usual. Right, going for half a turn to start with. It's actually quite hard to tell if these are in tension. Tension, David, tension. That's quite high. That's a bit high, probably too high. So the other thing I will mention is that, I mean, that's pretty mental. Sorry, I apologise if your mic is like totally messing up and all of that, but that sounds nice. That's the other nice thing about Ludwig kits. Old Ludwig kits. They're so easy. It's so easy to make it just sound brilliant because of the nature of what it is. They just inherently sound great. And there was the guy that I bought it off yesterday. He said to me, you know, whenever he was talking about someone that had come into the studio. I need to get a towel. Hold on, please give me a sec. I won't keep talking because you might not be able to hear me. I think the only towel I have is in the current kit, so that's going to have to come out. Yeah, so the guy yesterday, he was talking about, so this is Mark from Rusty Drums. Wow, this is a mucky drum. Wowie. Yeah, he was talking about, there was this guy who came to get a kit from him for his studio. So he was an engineer, and the guy just said, I just want a Ludwig, whether he said Superclassic or not, I'm not sure. And Mark said to him, this is Mark from Rusty Drums, said, out of interest, why do you want a sort of 60s Ludwig? And he just said, because I've recorded a lot of drums in my life and I can make a vintage Ludwig sound like anything, but nothing sounds like a vintage Ludwig. And I just thought, you know what, that is so true. And as I always say, I'm all about life being as easy as possible. Life's too difficult sometimes. Wow, that's really not straight. Or maybe it is. There we go, now it is. Yeah, I'm all about making life as easy as possible. And if it's just getting an easy, like a good sound in an easy way, amazing. I'm all about it, like absolutely. Right, who else we got in? Oh, hello, Raina. How are you? Yes, we haven't spoken for at least a week. No, I love it when you're in on my live stream. So this is my new kit that may be on your next song. Who knows? Steve Schaaf, hello. Looking forward to seeing you again with Kim in Bournemouth this year. Oh, amazing. Yes, last year, that Bournemouth gig, I enjoyed it so much. No, it wasn't last year. Sorry, it was 2 years ago, wasn't it? And I already can't wait to get back. I remember very few venues. I remember the catering, but I don't often remember the venues. But I really remember that venue. I remember the backstage. My drum teacher lives down that way. So hello, Alexander. So I get to see him when I'm down there, which is really nice. So it's always, and then I've got some really good friends there. There's this bass player called Pat Davey who lives down there, who is just lovely. In fact, Diesel, you know Pat, so me, Diesel and Pat play together with this artist called Joe Burt. Pat's also out with Paul, I can't remember his name, Paul Young, oh my gosh, I've known Paul for like 3 or 4 years now. Anyway, he's out with Paul Young at the moment, which is awesome, and yeah, really, really cool. So, yeah, yay Pat, yay, Stephen Loader, yay Pat, that's all I've got to say. Liam James Gray, hello, and Doogie Bradford's here, hi Doogie. Mark Ellum, hello, you make me smile, brilliant. I'm glad I do, I'm not sure why, it's probably because you're just laughing at me because I'm a bit odd, but it's okay. Anthony Stone is here. I think, did I already say hello to Anthony? Anthony, how are you? Haven't seen you in a long, long time. You have like a whole family now since I last saw you, which is amazing. Congratulations on that. That's so cool. Who else we got over on YouTube? Jack Suarez. Hello. Bonham Reborn. I think his kick drum was a little bigger than this, to be fair, but this one is going to be perfect for what I want to be doing, which is good. Impact. Did you enjoy NAMM and get to meet Sugarfoot Moffat? I love NAMM. So I went over to the show. It's called NAMM. It's the National Association of Music Merchandise show, which sounds boring, and actually to most people it probably is, but a lot of musicians go out there and hang out, and I had a ball. It was great. I got to hang out with drummers as usual, because drummers love each other, which I always say, which is so true. I didn't see Sugarfoot Moffat, unfortunately, to be honest. Didn't even know he was there, so this is the first time I'm hearing about that. I spent a lot of time with the pro audio recording community, which is a new world for me, and I'll be honest, I was quite terrified to be sort of like milling about there, because I don't, look, I know enough to do what I do, although I'm always learning, always, trying to learn more, trying to do more. But these guys have been doing that as long as I've been playing drums, so I'm a very new person there, but they were and are and continue to be so kind and so open and so accepting and just inclusive, and they very easily could just be like, oh whatever, you're just a drummer. And that's always how I pitch myself, mainly because I'm like, I'm not trying to be anything other than what I know I can do, which is hit things in time, hopefully. That's literally all I know how to do, and everything else is kind of like I'm finding my way, which is fine, because I don't try and pretend like I know everything. I certainly don't even know everything on the drums. I'm like, yeah, I always say I am not the best player in the world by a long way, but I can make a living, which is great, and I'm really lucky, and I'm so grateful, but I'm always trying to get better. That's in drumming, that's in recording, that's, you know, in gear. So, yeah, anyway, NAMM was amazing. I loved it. I met some amazing people and loads of new friends, and yeah, super cool. Right, let's hit this with this towel inside of it. So, in fact, I should have spoken about. So the towel, what I've done is it's actually really difficult to understand the sound as a recorded sound if you're a drummer by yourself in a room. So this will continue to sort of develop as I put it in there and mic it up. And yeah, that's nice. I like also just detuning one note just to see. Well, that's a bit rattly, so that's not going to work. That's what I mean. I'm just like playing and messing and seeing what happens. Yeah, I think that needs to be. So this front head. Probably needs to come off. That's nice. Sounds big. Yeah, like I say, so what I've done in here, in fact I haven't done it particularly well. This is a towel. And all I've done with this, so you can hear what it sounds like without it. I'm not sure how much difference you can hear through your speakers. I mean, it sounds really nice without, actually. But I do like a bit of a more dampened sound. So what I do is roll up a towel, put it inside, and make sure that it's touching both the beta side of the head and the front side, and then the excess is kind of just resting here, so excess comes to about there. It's just an old school way of doing it. I was shown it years ago by, yeah, to me that just sounds lovely. It was shown to me by a drummer called Keenan Epram. Sorry, I will sit up slightly because Facebook is getting like this. Keenan Epram, who plays with, who's he with? I want to say Little Wayne now. I knew him when he was playing with a band called Blood Sugar, and he taught me this tip because so we went on we did I was going to say we went on a few dates. That makes it sound like we were dating. No, what happened was we were touring together and we did a few dates. I was playing with a band called Visitor Q. He was with Blood Sugar, and every time he went to go sound check, the kick drum just sounded amazing, and I'm not sure. No, that's it. Everyone was using, as in everyone, we were both using my kit because they'd come over from the States. They couldn't bring gear, obviously. So, but every time I would set everything up, but when he went to go sound check, it just sounded amazing. And this was the same drum that I had used for years before. And I was like, how have you done that? How have you made it sound so incredible? And he taught me that. He was just like, oh, so I just do this. It's just something that I've sort of learned over the years. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I stole it, obviously. But no, I didn't steal it because I'm still sharing the information. So thank you, Keenan Epram. Oh gosh, Thunderfoot. That's his nickname. Thank you, Thunderfoot. You're a star. I still use it to this day. Who else we got? Vinny in from Brazil. Hello, Vinny. J Mac is here. Tobias, hello Tobias. Simone, who I'm gonna guess you're from Italy. It's such a pain because Casper Beats, hello, I can pronounce that. Alfonso, hello, how are you? Oh, we've got a lot of people in. KDK Music, home studio. And Andy Magnuson has just come in. Hello, Andy. And someone LD Harch, hello. And Hashtagaldo, hello. Right, Liam, you're a great player. You sound like you, and it feels good. Thank you. What else do you need? Thank you. I do try to just sound like me because I can't be anyone else or anything else. I've tried. Honestly, I'm just not very good at it. Rob Crisp, hello. How are you? Haven't seen you for. I think was it Young Drum of the Year the last time? No, of course it wasn't. It was a UK drum show. How are you doing? So I got this kit from Rusty Drums, who was also at the UK drum show. Amazing. That bass drum sounds so deep. I know. So this size, 22 by 14, I'm convinced that is the perfect bass drum size for me, for sure. Michael Lopez, hello. Yeah, I used to play a 20, and that was a 20 by 20 or 20 by 18, and that was very nice as well. It's very punchy. In fact, that was the bass drum that Keenan showed me how to make it sound punchy, even more punchy. But this is just like you get. It's just a particular quality. It's a bigger sound. It has more to it. I see a 20, like I know it's a smaller drum, but the sound that comes out is smaller. This is a bigger sound, but it still can be punchy, and yeah, I just really like it. So yeah, it's perfect. Oh my gosh! Who are you? Mayor60778. I went to see Visitor Q. Explain, when and was I there? I used to have very long hair, so unless I know exactly who you are and I'm just not recognising your username, where did you see us? And man, that band are awesome. Like, forget about the fact that I was in there at one point. Before I joined the band, after I joined the band, those guys, as musicians, as songwriters, as performers, you know, when you sort of, there's certain bands that, and artists, I've come across quite a few in my time, where you just think, oh, they should have done something. They had all the ingredients. Do you know what I mean? They had all the ingredients, and they what a great band. And Visitor Q is one of the greatest shames to me for the music world, because they were so unusual. They were so unusual and so good. And yeah, it still makes me sad to this day. St. Louis Barfly, I think. St. Louis Barfly, I think. Well, I don't think I was there. Maybe. Camden Barfly, yeah, we used to play there a lot in London, but not St. Louis. I'm trying to think. Barfly, St. Louis. We did some stuff in New York. Was it that? Maybe. I don't know. Where is St. Louis? Give me a cluey. Or St. Louis. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce words. Impact, would love to see you at the Manchester Drum Show, UK Drum Show in September. Just been announced this morning. Ash Stone is playing the main stage. Yeah, I saw that. Super cool. I'd love to say I'm planning to be there. I am. Aside from that, I haven't even looked at my diary yet. I've got a feeling we've got a tour in September. So if I'm free, I will be there 100%. Like, no doubt. I really enjoy the UK Drum Show. Just any drum show. Oh, did you hear the London Drum Show's back? Rhythm have now taken it on, now that Rhythm are back. But oh, Chris St. Louis! Hi, Chris. How are you? Now I am being an idiot. How are you, Chris? Chris, I've known Chris for a very, very, very long time. Chris, I can't even remember where we first met. Probably at one of those gigs. No, it was before one of those gigs, I'm sure. Chris used to be at so many shows that I used to do around London when I was a kid. Also an awesome drummer and lovely human. I believe you now have a young girl, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, you have a family now, which is awesome. Congratulations, that's so cool. And lovely to see you. Right, sorry, I am being an idiot. And sorry to you guys, I've kind of like only been talking to YouTube for a while. What have we got here? Oh, David Travers Dixon, hello. Just finishing up my new practice kit. Sorry. Just finished setting up my new practice space and kit. 10 to 12, in bed, and watching other people set up kits. 'Tis a grand evening. Oh, I agree with you. Bless you. Where are you then? If it's in the evening there, you must be over sort of Japan or something. Maybe. Yeah. Let me know where you are. Hey Emily, it was Aston Villa training ground. What was Aston Villa training ground? Oh, I'm so confused. What was I talking about? Aston Villa training ground. I'm not sure. Twisted B, hello. John Joseph, yes, 22 by 14, my favourite size. It's taken me many years to realise that this is my favourite size drum. Anyway, right. I feel like that's set up. I do need to remove this though, because I'm going to be using a snare drum stand for my for my tom, but I feel like that's going to rattle if I leave it on. Am I right? Let's see. Oh, it's fine. More than anything, I just can't wait to hear it under a mic, because things do sound different under a mic. They probably shouldn't, and it probably shows you that I really don't know what I'm doing, but when I play and when I record, things sound different, and I've gotten it to a place where they seem to sound better, which is a good place to be. Right. What is an ambassador? Skin on here. Ow! Oh, that hurt. Right. Like I say, so Mark's good at tuning, and he did do a rough tuning yesterday, so I mean that's fine. Actually, that's fine. Just add a bit of dampening. I think the bottom head is a bit too. 16s are funny things. A drum key might have been a good idea, mightn't it? Let me just grab one of those, sorry. In fact, I'm going to turn it side on so you can enjoy its beauty of this lovely sparkle. Delicious. yeah, so 16, my usual size of floor tom, personally, is a 14. Just because I know how to deal with the tuning of it and all that. I'm going to change this because, yeah, I'm not... Ambassadors are fine, but I like Emperors. They're thicker, they're just a bit more, to me, old school sounding. I think I know how to deal with them a little bit better. I'm saying this and then I'm going to put it on and absolutely ruin it and it's going to sound awful, but in theory, that's my theory. And actually, this kit did come with a 14 as well, but because the tom that you haven't seen yet, the rack tom is a 13, I thought 13, 14 is a bit too close for me, so 13, 16 makes more sense. I'm not saying that I won't swap it out for the 14 at some point. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have both. But for now, just because the space and what I'm used to, like, I'm not used to having 2 floor toms, and if I have it there, it'll probably end up making me play weird because I feel like I have to hit it, and yeah, I don't really know what's going on, really. Christopher Croft. Hello, how are you? Ludwig's stuff has a lovely papery slap. I'm not sure that's ever a term I'd want my drums to sound like, is papery, but if you mean it in a nice way, I'll take it. You're going to enjoy it a lot and we'll enjoy watching you play it. I hope so. I hope I do it justice more than anything. And welcome to the Ludwig crew. Thank you. Right. Oh. Oh, Christopher Croft, are you saying where we met was at the... I feel like I'm having 12 different conversations at once. But yes, I do remember the Yamaha was there a training day? Oh no, it was at the training ground, but it was a showcase for, I guess, so this is where me and Chris met. Chris Croft, not Chris St. Louis, different Chris. Me and Chris Croft met, yeah, so that Aston Villa training ground, I remember that. I think I must have been demoing the Yamaha DTX 400. Wow, that was really tight on there. This is the other thing I really like. Mark really sort of like checks the drums, the bearing edges, make sure that everything is kind of together. I'll show you the inside of this one as well. I don't know if it's of any interest, but this one is painted white. And there is something about that, well, I won't go into it. If you know about vintage drums, that's a whole thing. I know it's a thing, I just can't remember what the thing is. It's meant to make it sound better, but yeah. Then I heard this story, because I have Haymans. Haymans have this, the inside's painted white, right? And they say, I can't even remember what it's called, what they call it. Oh, my brain! Is it because it's Sunday? So, yeah, apparently the coating that they have on the Haymans, which I love Haymans, I have 2 of them, they're beautiful. It makes it sound better, blah, 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 blah. Yesterday, I heard that the whole inside of the drum being painted white, just some bloke went, oh, I'm going to go down Woolworths. It wasn't even like Homebase. Woolworths and go and buy some crown paint, and he just painted the inside. I can't even remember what the reason was, but it weren't for the sound. And then it became this signature thing of like, oh, this is why it sounds so good, because it has this special paint. No, it was Crown, which is like Dulux. Just Dulux paint that's sort of gone in, and yeah, and it became their signature thing, which I find hilarious. I love stuff like this. I don't know which way up this. Like I said, I'm not very good with logos. Let me think about this logically. As if I have logic. Whatever, it's fine. I know we're all a bit OCD here, so apologies in advance if the logo does not sit well with you, but I'm the one that's going to have to look at it every day. Right then. Who else we got in? Twisted DB. Oh, thanks. Laura Darkfire. Hello, Laura Darkfire. I haven't seen you for a while. Was it you that put up a really... There was a picture that was put up of me with the darkness that I'd never seen before, and I was just like, where in the world did you find that? I'm not sure if it was you, if it was another one of the darkness fans, but I'm sure you can tell me. David Travers Dixon. I've never had very much luck with ambassadors. Me neither. I ruin a 22 kick with a power stroke. I run. I thought you said I ruin. I run. I run a 22 kick with a power stroke 4. Nice. 13 rack tom, 16 floor with pinstripes. You know what? Pinstripes get a real bad rep. Can't go wrong with a pinstripe. Yeah. So in my world, at least, pinstripes get a really bad rep, but actually they are quite good. Not for me personally right now, but I get it. And an Emperor X on a brass snare. Yeah. What was I using an Emperor X for? Oh, so I got the Emperor X suede. Is it suede? They're black. And I was using that on the Voice Kids. Never used it before. I really liked it. Very old school sounding, and because obviously in a TV studio it's very open and very lots of reflections, but it kind of contained the sound in a really nice way. And made it, it just made it sound great. So yeah, I'm all about it. Very good. Chris Croft, DTX 500 kits is what we were working with. That's right. It's I'll stop bugging you now. No, it's fine. Can't wait for your first video of you smacking the lung. Me too. I think I'll be recording it tomorrow, I'd imagine. Rainer, I once heard John Mellencamp describe a good drum sound as wet covered box. That's great. I'm all about describing sounds with slightly strange imagery, because that's exactly how when I hear a drum sound that I like, it just sends images through my head. So my favourite, I think it's my favourite snare drum sound, maybe even kit sound ever on a recording. Did I start there? We'll just keep going. Check these. Is on an Al Green album called Call Me. Sorry, I'm not concentrating again. And it's Al Jackson Jr. And honestly, if you've never heard this album, please go check it out. It's the drum sound that I'm aspiring to get, and this album was recorded in the 70s, I believe, early 70s. I want to say 73, but I believe I've also just made that up in my head, and it was probably 69 or 60, or I don't know. But every time I hear this drum sound, I'm like, oh, that's the perfect drum sound. But what it reminds me of is a pillow. It sounds like a pillow, and it just makes me so happy that it's very loose. Yeah, so that's the sound that I'm going for. So he likes a wet cardboard box, I like a pillow myself. Let's see how that's going. It does sound as big as it is, if that makes sense. Like I say, I'm used to smaller drums and just tuning them really down, but yeah, it's fine. Do you see what I mean? Easy. That sounds like a drum, which sounds silly, but sometimes you've got to work really hard to make it sound like a drum. Tell you what, I'm going to get hold of the tom now and tune that so we can do it in like relation. That is so loose for some reason. So I'm going to talk to you about the snare drum that I bought yesterday in a little bit, because it's the kind of drum that it's literally impossible to make it sound bad, but there is a whole story behind it as well. Maybe just a tad lower, just a touch. So I keep leaning on it because they say you're meant to like break it in, but some people like jump on their drums. I don't like that. Just taking off a bit of the dampening. Okay, well, it's something to start with. Let's get the other tom, because the bottom head is fine. I think, for now at least. Yeah, it's just nice having drums that are easy to make sound decent. Oh, this is a bit of moon gel that I accidentally stole from Mark yesterday. I apologise, Mark, if you're watching right now. I will replace. I will send you, or maybe I'll bring it to the UK drum show. I think that isn't okay. That needs to go up slightly because it's got a bit of a. Fernando Ribeiro Neto, my friend. Maybe it doesn't need to go that much actually. That is pretty high. Let's see how that's sounding. It's a bit. What am I trying to do? My go-to move is literally detuning one lug. And also, it is difficult to tell out of context of like a kit and the rest of the kit. It's a bit flappy. Somewhere. Again, let's take all of it down ever so slightly. Sorry. Some of you cannot see what I'm doing. I mean, that sounds like a big old drum to me, which is good. Sounds like a drum. Yes. Alright. That'll do for now. Like I said, I'll tweak it when I actually get it on the kit, but it's a good starting point. I can't believe how messy this is. How sad is this? This is getting older. I got really excited the other day because I bought a new Hoover. Got a new little Hoover for the studio. Super fun. Oh my gosh, I've had loads of people on Instagram. Do you ever use black dots? Yes, I use a CS dot. Oh wait, what are you talking about? CS dot I use for snare drums sometimes, and kick drums I sometimes use as impact patches. In fairness, I didn't on the last head that I put on the kick drum after the one that I broke, and the end of last week, so it's a 2-ply head. The first ply was broken, and I was like, why did I not use the impact patch? But it doesn't matter. I just bought a new drum kit instead. What an idiot. Notorious Sid Vivo, hello. Hi Emily, and also the coolest drummer in this world. You're very kind. I'm really not. I'm a big geek. That's all I am. Adam Stanley, hello. A good bassist / engineer friend used to describe his ideal bass tone as carpety, which is perfect. I get that. I totally get the carpety thing. Peter Burkle, hello. Moongel, yes. Luca Mondali, hello. Charlotte Bibby's here, hello. And what's happening on Facebook? Let's see. Chris, always bug me because you're lovely. David Travis Dixon, anywho, just clicked past midnight here in Tassie. Should probably get some sleep. Enjoy setting up the kit. Can't wait to see it in a video. Yeah, I'll be recording it either later today. Let's face it, that's probably the most realistic. Or first thing tomorrow. Ciao for now. Ciao for now. Fernando Ribeiro Neto, hello. How are you? Looks like you're really happy with these Ludwigs, right? Yes. Is it that obvious? I'm definitely very happy. Very, very happy. As I say, it's kind of like my 20-year-old self is having a field day right now with the situation. Because that's how long I've wanted one of these, and I'm currently 32, so 12 years. It's good. This skin and tins. So this, I think this drum came from Illinois, by the looks of it. I should have both. Yeah, that's good. Maybe I'll put the legs on it. Really? Oh. I'm hoping exciting getting new drums, but it's a dangerous gateway once you sort of open yourself up to things like this. It's a slippery slope. I've had to stop myself from sliding down many a time, and I feel like I'm going to have to be very conscious of myself for the next few months so I don't go, oh, I'm just going to get this and I'm just going to get that. It's too easy to. Especially when they're beautiful drums like these. Alright, let's see. That sounds great. I mean, that pretty much sounds alright. I think it just needs maybe just to be taken up slightly on the bottom head. So yeah, you're not getting to see the inside of this one because I don't have a 13 size head. I probably do have a 13 size head. That means a big fat head. But yeah, so I will order one and maybe change it. Well, I will at some point, but yeah, it's not that head. It's big. I'm very good at ruining a drum sound also very quickly, but it makes you good at fixing it again. I'm not great with tone, as in notes, so I can't tell what the relation is to that. What I do know is that I like it, and I feel like that's the most important thing, knowing when you like something or not. Lorian's here! Hello, Lorian. The lollipops. This is my auntie from Canada. She lives in Hamilton, in, Ontario. And I love her very much, and her lovely family. My lovely boy cousins, who I wish we grew up together in the same country down the road from each other, because I feel like we'd have had a lot of fun. But we certainly have a lot of fun now, now that we're older, which is awesome. Chris and Louis, have you tried using the bass patch on the inside of the bass drum so that it does not affect the sound as much? You're a genius, Chris. You're actually a genius. No, but that's going to happen. Oh, look how pretty. You guys can't see, right? YouTube can. There's me, whatever. And then there's my beautiful drum kit, which is just, in fact, so Facebook has got ATOM, so is Instagram. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, I'm going to stop gushing. I can do that on my own time. At the end of the day, you guys are here. I'm not sure. You're here to listen to me ramble more than anything, I'm sure. Let me talk to you about this drum that I picked up also. So, little backstory. I went to Rusty Drums purely to get this drum kit. I saw it. I was like, yes, I think it's the one for me. I just need to go check that I'm happy with everything. Fine. Oh, Pat Atkins is here. Hello. And Niall Sweeney. Hi. Oh, and Eloise. Oh, pray. Hello. Oh, wow. We've got like family coming in and hanging out. That's so cool. So yeah, I was like, right, I know I just want this drum kit. I also know this guy, Mark, has tons of stuff that is beautiful. And then what happened was I was thinking about, so there's a particular drum that I use in the studio a lot. It's from a company called Drum Supply, who are based in Nashville. They're a new company. Well, not new, but they're not vintage, you know, they're not old. They're still around. And they're not one of the big Yamaha Pearl. They're not one of those. Independent company, great, make beautiful drums. But I have this particular drum my husband got for me for my birthday. Niall, well jealous. Bless you, you're going to have to come over, Niall. Honestly, it's beautiful. So yeah, I fell in love with this drum. My husband had got it for me for my birthday. It sounds great. Everything I've used it on recording, it just sounds perfect. So when I went to go do the voice kits, I was like, I want to take this drum because I know that it's just going to sound great. And it did, and it was amazing. Consequently, it's now in a lockup somewhere, basically. Oh. Sorry. So Instagram has this thing where you can only stream. Oh. Let's try this again. I'll explain on here. Okay, we're back. Right. So on Instagram, you have this thing where you can only stream for 1 hour and then it just cuts you off, which means I've been streaming for more than an hour. Sorry. So what was I saying? Yes, went to go get this kit. Have this other snare drum. It's currently in storage with the Voice Kids set up, and I miss it. I miss it so much. I love all my snare drums. You know, I use them on different sessions. I use different drums, but I was really missing this one snare drum. So me being an idiot, not an idiot, me just being me, went, let me look on the Drum Supply website and just see if there's any snare drums that might pique my interest, you know. The Drum Supply one is this wooden snare drum. Generally speaking, I like metal snare drums, but there's something about, Robert DeMeo, hello, how you doing? Yeah, generally I like metal snare drums, but this one's a wood one, and I was just like, let me just see. Anyway, I looked at like the Ludwig snares. They were the usual 402, Black Beauty, 400, Acrylite. I've got all of those, and I'm so happy with all those. They are my go-tos. They are beautiful. And then I was just like, let me just have a look at some other ones. Well, there was this drum. It's sitting here. All right, let's talk about this drum. So, this is a 14 by 5 3/4 Craviotto. Now this one, I had the good fortune of meeting Johnny Craviotto a few times over the years. In fact, the last time I saw him was at NAMM 10 years ago. That's the last time I saw him. He has always made beautiful drums, but they've been very expensive, and whenever I've sort of seen them and wanted them, couldn't afford them. No way. Wasn't earning enough. Couldn't justify it. Now, there's a drummer called Tom Meadows over here. He is a good friend of mine, a wonderful player. He plays with Kylie Minogue, he plays with Will Young, used to play with Duffy for years. And we were at a jam in North London, probably 8 or 9 years ago, something like that. And he was the house drummer that night. And he was playing. I mean, bear in mind, this is just a pub, basically. It's a pub. Nothing special about, no special acoustic treatment, nothing like that. He played this drum, but no, he played a snare drum, and I was like, that is the most gorgeous drum I've ever heard. And I said to him, what in the world is that? So we had a chat. He said, oh, it's my Craviotto. It's a, walnut, chestnut, walnut. And he told me the size, and I was like, well, it's just the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. If you ever sell that or whatever, please let me know. And he was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it was just a conversation, you know what I mean? We all have many conversations. Anyway, I had seen this Craviotto snare, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it's chestnut or walnut. I can't remember which one. And I was like, that's like the snare drum that Tom was using all those years ago. Like, I still remember. I remember. I can't remember if it's chestnut or walnut. In fact, I have it on an email right now, so I can tell you what it was and what this is. Walnut, right, walnut. And I was just like, oh my goodness, I think I need this drum, because I'm missing this other drum. I know that this will do what I need it to do, and I will be happy with it. So anyway, when I got to Rusty Drums, I was just like, okay, obviously, the kit, I want to see the kit, amazing. I was like, I have a slight issue though. And I could see him be like, what's your issue? And I was like, so I've seen the snare drum on your website, and I was like, you have this Craviotto. And he went, oh, you mean this one? And it was like right behind him. And I was like, okay. And I told him the story about Tom. And he went, well, that's really funny you say that. This is actually Tom's drum. And I was like, oh no. So, I mean, I already knew I was going to love it. And to be honest, I love it even more. It is just... It's one of these drums that you literally I tried. Do you know what I did yesterday when I was trying it out? Mark had left the room for something, and my aim was to try and make it sound bad. Couldn't be done. Could not be done. And that was in a room that was essentially a garage. There was no treatment on the wall, there was no nothing. Similar to the first time I ever heard it. And I was just like, well, that's happening then. So anyway, I ended up buying that as well, and here we are. So we have the new kit and we have the new snare drum. It's beautiful. It's what do they call it? Oh gosh, it's not got ply. It's just single ply. So what is it? What stave drum? Stave? Is it stave? It's made out of one piece of wood basically. There's no bending. There's no ply. It is just a solid. I want to call it a solid stave drum, but I think I might be making that up. So anyway, I'm very excited. That's another thing to go. I mean, look at the inside of this. This is a beautiful thing. Look at that. It's just stunning. And it's got Johnny's signature on it, which is lovely. Johnny passed away, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. I think it might even be longer. And that was really, really sad. It was a really sad thing. But the fact that we all know that his drums will never be made like this again is kind of like, this is a one of a kind. And the fact that it was Tom's and it was the one that I fell in love with the second that I heard it that day, and I literally haven't been able to get it out of my head since. I was just like, this opportunity is meant to happen and I need to take it with both hands, and I'm so happy that I did. You know when things just come together and you're like, wow, this is how, like, I'm on the right path. That's what I always think. When things like that happen, I just think I must be on the right path, because I don't believe in coincidences necessarily. I'm just more about, like, things happen for a reason. So here we are. Right, on that note, I will be going. Let me just have a quick hello to people that are here. So, Ken Gillespie. Hey Em, good to see you. Wish me a happy birthday. It's just gone midnight here in Oz. Ken, happy birthday. In Australia. I hope you're alright over there. Obviously you guys are going through some madness. I'm not sure where you are in the country, but I hope you and your family are okay. Now Sweeney, yeah, now you're gonna have to come round. We're only in Harlow, so it's not far. Lee Valasek, thank you for everything that you do. That's fine. All I do is chat rubbish and get excited about drums. That's literally all I do. And Ian Aguado Bush is here. Hello Ian, how are you? I see you at the UK drum show. I think maybe briefly, but I'm sure I'll be seeing you again soon. I assume you weren't at NAMM, and if you were, apologies I didn't catch you, but anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. I'm sure plenty of time for all of that. YouTube is fine. Instagram, Robert DeMeo is a beauty. Robert, it may well be being used on your next song. It was, can I just say, if you're still here, it was such a pleasure to meet you in the flesh and have the loveliest conversations. I'm just gutted I couldn't meet your wife and your friend as well. But it looks like you had a ball of a time. Like, forget about NAMM, like going into LA and doing all that. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So, and thank you as well to introducing me to your lovely friend as well, Ludwig. I can't remember his name. I want to say his name's Chuck, but I don't think it is, because I have an uncle Chuck, and I feel like I would have remembered his name, because I'd be like, oh, it's the same as Chuck. Oh, breathe, Emily. Charlotte Bibby, is back. Errol X is here. Hello. Rocktog UK. Hi, Rocktog UK. I think that's a really cool name. Yes, Pascal. Hello. Nigel Paul is here. Cameron Craig. Hi. Zapowitz is here. Hi. Francisco Poloni. Hello. Wow, there's a lot of people kicking about. Harvey Drums. Hi, Harvey Drums. Jasmine Butler. Posture analysis. Please don't analyse my posture. Terrible. Terrible. B. Wilson Photography is here. Oh my gosh, there are so many people. Oh, Lorian Roach was on here also. Lorian, you were on Facebook and you were on Jasmine Butler. Hello. You were on Facebook and you were on Instagram. Jasmine, I hope you're well. And Oh no, Bjorn Thomas Eriksson. Bjorn, hi. Okay, right. Fernando Ribeiro Neto. Again, you're crossing over platforms. This is freaking me out. Where will you use this kit? This kit is going to live in my studio, and so I will basically, it will be between my Yamaha 9000 from '87, which is has been my mainstay kit in there for the last 3 years. I do occasionally swap it out for different sessions, but this and the Yamaha will be the mainstays. So for a more vintage sounding song, this baby right here. But for more modern sounding songs, absolutely the 9000. It's just, I love my 9000. I use a 9000 on my live, anything I do live, any tours. The Voice Kids, that's a Yamaha 9000. That's from 2012, I think it was built. It was in the last sort of batch of the Japanese made kits. Beautiful, it's just a great kit. You know what you get. Everyone's happy with it. Sound engineers love the sound of it. I love to play it. It just sounds brilliant. Yeah, and then just various snare drums. This snare drum, I think my Crovio, this new one, is just going to stay in this studio. I'm not convinced that it's going to be leaving for any live work. I don't think. If it does, then the drum supply one has to come back. Basically, I just needed a snare drum here that was like what this is, basically, and what the drum supply one is to me. So anyway, that's that. I'm not sure if it's exciting or not, but I like it. Robert, great to meet you as well as Emily. His name is Ryan. I'm so sorry. Ryan was lovely. Very, very lovely. Still is, actually. That's good, I like that. And Calling Back Up to Human comes out in February. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, when it does, we'll do the whole, getting out there and all of that. Charlotte Bibby, do you prefer coated head? Yes, I do, Charlotte, because I find them easy to tune. I like the sound of a slightly warmer sounding dampened head, and I love vintage sounding drums, and that coated sound is a vintage sound to me. For me, clear heads are a lot more sort of bright and pingy, which are great for some situations, but for me, I just love that thud, like, I love, like, go listen to Al Green's album, Call Me. Al Jackson Jr.'s kit on that is like perfection to me, and that's all I'm trying to emulate, basically. James Fulmer Jr. Hello, howdy, Miss Emily. It's James from San Antonio. San Antonio, Texas, I assume, I believe. I hope you're well, James. And Ken Gillespie, quick quiz. Brian Ferry or Tom Bailey? You can choose both. Yeah, both. Come on. How can you choose between Brian and Tom? Yeah, both lovely, gentlemanly, amazing musicians, and just, yeah, love them both. I know that's a rubbish answer, but honestly, I'm so lucky with the people that I have worked with, and they are two of my favourites. I mean, Brian did so much for me at the very beginning of my career in taking a chance on me at all, and then letting me record on his Olympia album, and it was a big, it was not a turning point, but it was a marker point for sure in my career. So I owe a lot to Brian and Tom. If it wasn't for Tom, I wouldn't have met my husband. So, I mean, how can you choose? You can't, really. They're both wonderful. I know that's a cop-out answer, but as some people know that watch me on here, they always say that I do cop-out answers, but I don't mind, it's fine. Matthew states, hey, how you doing? Kit in the background looks like a dream. It is. It's literally my 20-year-old's dream, and it's come to fruition. It's a 68 Ludwig, and I'm so happy, and I'm going to go and play with it in the studio now and mess around, and yeah, I'm excited. Michael Lopez, are you joining Hojo in Cancun in October? I'm not, unfortunately. I'm out with Kim Wilde this year and the Voice Kids, so Kim's got her Greatest Hits tour this year, so that means a lot of touring. So I'm out with Kim, and then the Voice Kids stuff is sort of in between, and in between that is the studio stuff, recording for wonderful people like Robert DeMeo, who's over on this call, on the Instagram one over here, and Rainer, who's on YouTube right now, and I'm sure that there's also one of my guys on Facebook right now, but I can't remember because my brain isn't working right now. Kate Gillespie, perfect answer, thanks Em. Right, I'm really going to wrap this up. So, Nigel's Paul, hello. Giovanni, hello. Kev Williams, hi, how you doing? I'm really well, can you tell? I'm really excited. I hope you're well also. Rainer, oh, fun fact, I grabbed one of your stems for a YouTube show's theme. Yay! Theme music I'm working on for a friend about fishing. Details later. Email me. I can't wait to hear it. That sounds really fun. Kev said, just bought my first ever kit. E-drums, but gotta start somewhere. Hey, E-drums are great. I started out on E-drums. Nothing wrong with it. And look at me now with all my vintage kits. Beautiful kit there, thank you very much. I am going to go and enjoy this. I'm going to go and mess around. And I am going to love you and leave you. I hope... Oh, Matthew Stake. Damn, I'm about to jam after just finishing with tutoring. Oh, bless you. Yeah, right, I need to go. Enjoy your Sunday. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Thank you for being here. Sorry, Instagram, you seem to have gone very funny in your colouring. I'm like all whited out, but that's fine. Yeah, I hope you're having a great Sunday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I will be back this week. I've got a couple of sessions in the studio, probably with my new kit, so you can come and hear it. And yeah, come join me, come have a chat. In fact, apologies, if you're on Instagram or Facebook, I don't do my live streams on here. I do them over on YouTube. So if you want to watch me do my live sessions, and you know, the various videos that I put up, the best place to find me is on YouTube. So if you go over there, if you go youtube.com/Emily Dolan Davis, or just search for Emily Dolan Davis or Emily Drums or whatever, you'll find me. Go subscribe, and I do probably at least a couple of live streams a week, and I release a new A Drums Guide 2 video every week and a Drums Guide 2 podcast every week, and I think that's it. Oh, and new drum stems now. I've started putting videos on YouTube also. So it's one of the best ways to get hold of me if you want to have a live chat, because I apologise. I used to do live streams on Instagram and on Facebook, but honestly, it's so difficult because it's hard to to index them, I suppose, to search for them. It's really hard on Facebook and Instagram, so that's why I decided to mainly be on YouTube. So if you want to come see me over there, go subscribe, and yeah, just search for Emily Drums on YouTube. But anyway, right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna love you. Have a lovely day, all of you wonderful, 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 wonderful humans. And yeah, I'm gonna go play. All right, love you guys. I'm gonna slowly kind of like sign off, so there's gonna be this awkward moment of like me looking over here for a while whilst I end you. Bye. And now. And then I'm going to say goodbye to you. Goodbye, Facebook. Ending live video. And finally, ye old faithful. YouTube, you guys are the best. Shh, don't tell the others. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, you guys. And I will speak to you guys this week. I'll be back on. So I will see you at some point. All right. Lots of love, you guys. Bye.